Chan, and today we'll speak about to-do list, how to create it using JavaScript and HTML, and how to work it with server. So here we have HTML file, standard HTML file with all stuff here, body, title, head, some divs with input to text, with search text and save text, which we'll use to save some information to our to-do list and search that information. For that we have two buttons, search button and add button, and the references to the jQuery.js file and main.js file. So this all from HTML file. Let's go to the server file. Here we create the server. To create server we need the library, which is here. We create for constants HTTP, URL, fs and query string, where we use jQuery library. So then we need to create an array which will contain the information of our to-do list. So it's here, array with 3 messages in it, with random math ID, and checked if it false or not. Then we need to create a server inside constant, which will have init function with 2 variables, request and respond. And then we need to take query of the URL, so we do that with these 3 lines. Then we need to create a function which will read our data from the server. So this is our fs function. This means that we need to go wherever we are to public, which is here in my computer, and to add to this path request URL of request, and then it contains also function with error and data arguments. If there is error, this means it has status of 404. This means it will show on the screen the file not found message. If it not error, it means it's status 200, and it will show the data we want to server to show. Then we need to write some code to know what will be for each method. So let's start with method get. Here, method get means the client wants to get some information, and by that the client make request get to the server. So we need to answer something, and this is this one. We change the information from object to strings by this JSON.stringify, and then store it in our server. Then we post something. If client wants to post something, it makes post request to the server. Here we have function chunk, which means we collect all chunks and put it together in our server. Then we have also JSON part where we make the stringified information to the objects lists and put it there. Then finally we stringify that to-do list to our server. Then client need to make get request to get that stringified information, and then parse it and see on his or her screen. Then we use delete method, which means we delete some information from our server. The same structure here, and put request when we want to change something in our code, in our to-do list, so we make a request, put, and finally we listen to this local host 3001. That's all from server part, and finally the main JavaScript part. So here we need to create some variable server list, for example, which will contain our server, and all information will connect with this server. Then we need to make a list of our problems, things that we need to do, and check it from the server. If our server is checked and it's true, we print. If it's checked and it's false, we didn't print. We update or not update. So then we need to create get list using jQuery Ajax function with URL to do, type get, which we make in our server, and JSON. It means server. It makes server to know to stringify the object and parse that stringified object to object. And then if it's not all clear, this means it's error, it will print something wrong in our screen. Then we need to work on class button, which I called add item. This is function with let variable on it. It's also use Ajax function with the same URL, but type will be post, so we post something in our to-do list, so we change it, and we stringify the JSON and it parsed to the object. Here also, we see the part with error. If something went wrong, it make a message unable to add list element. Then we need to work on function for deleting button, so I call it delete item. Here we have the same Ajax jQuery with type delete, the difference. So here we have also the part with error. Unable to delete item, it's the message. So it's the last part of our code. It's search item, by which we search some information in it by writing something, and if some error there, also here part will write this on our screen. Here is the part when we use keyboard to make our work easier, to not move our mouse so too much. For search button, for add button, and for save text button. And we call get list function, which is here. So we will get our to-do list with search button and add button. By this we will able to put information, get information, delete information, and also search also existing information in the to-do list. That's all from to-do list. See you soon.